Hey everybody, welcome back to Sound Mind. I'm Bryant Collier and I'm so excited that you are here with us today, hanging out with us on the Hope TV. Listen, I am so grateful that you come out every week and you bring your family, your friends to come and hang out with us. So this is what I need you to do. If this is your first time watching or if you've watched before, let us know where you're watching from. We want to say hello to you while we're on the show. In addition to that, I need you to tell somebody Sound Mind is on right now. I need you to text it. I need you to tweet it. I need you to screenshot it. I need you to send an email about it. If you're on LinkedIn, put it on LinkedIn too. Wherever you are, this is a show you don't want to miss. And if you've been here before, you already know it's going down. My co-host is here with me, Teresa, and our guest is here, and I am so excited. But before we get to the guest, I want to take a moment and pause and say thank you to Dr. Smith for his vision of Hope TV, but more specifically, Sound Mind. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us a platform to not just talk about Jesus, but to also talk about therapy. Because listen, you can have both, all right? You can have both. We have an amazing segment set up for you today. We're going to get right in it, but I have to give one more thank you to those people behind the scenes, those producers, assistant producers, graphic artists, editors, videographers. Thank you for all you do to make this possible on this network and for Sound Mind. So listen, you're tired of hearing me. We've come here with a guest. It's about to be crazy. We had her last season. Her name is Dr. Shahara, Dr. S. She is a life coach. She's so much, y'all. You'll understand if you've never met her before. She is driven all the way here to be with us live and in person today. So if I snatch her, if I get up out this chair, you know it's over. Please welcome to Sound Mind, Dr. S. Welcome.
It is always a pleasure to share space at Sound Mind. Come on, Sound Mind.
Hey. I'm so happy to have you today.
Yes.
Teresa, are you ready for Dr. S?
I think I am. The last time she tore us up.
And we were virtual. I couldn't even touch her.
Listen, I couldn't breathe when she got finished. I kept saying, wait. But now we are here in person.
Yes.
I'm nervous.
Yeah,
I'm nervous, but I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready, y'all.
Ready.
Yes.
And
come on, somebody.
Is that a word already?
Listen, Dr. S.
Don't start.
Really quickly, Dr. S, before we start, we need some things from you. First of all, can you tell our audience members who may not be familiar with you what you do? Because I couldn't explain it all because you got like 7 pages of stuff you do.
Listen.
Tell us about Dr. S.
Well, I'm definitely anointed for what I do, but I am a mental wellness coach. I am a traditionally trained chiropractor, but a multifaceted practitioner, helping others to align mind, body, and spirit, but also teaching others how to breathe again, understanding the power of coping with your mental wellness and making your mental wellness a priority. And so that's how I show up in the world in so many different arenas, but more importantly, I am a woman of God going after everything that God has
How
for
much?
me.
Yes.
Everything.
One more time for the people in the back.
Everything
I'm here
that
for
God
it, y'all.
has for me. And so I give myself permission to speak.
Woo! Did she take your voice away, Teresa?
There it is. There
You
she
give
goes.
yourself
There
what?
she goes.
Permission to speak.
So, Dr. S, you're here. We're going to jump on in.
Yes.
Teresa, you ready to start this thing?
I just want to start with this breathing again thing. I'm
Yes.
going right there. Listen, 2020 has been a lot. And we got a lot of people holding their breath. Because
2021 has been a lot, too.
2021 has been a lot as well. And people are holding their breath in 2021
Yes.
because
Got
of
you.
2020.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
so help us. Just tell us, how do we breathe again? Help us with that.
You know what, Teresa, and I have said that whenever I have the opportunity, I won't just talk about it, but I want to go through a moment of demonstration, if you will. Let's
ahead.
just start this thing off with breathing, with just taking a moment. Oftentimes we don't take a moment. So very briefly, if we can just, if you're in a position to slowly close your eyes very lightly, and now I want you to just take a moment to begin to feel your breath. Now, let's breathe in with power and ease. Open up your mouth and allow the breath to escape by exhaling with authority and dominion. Let's do that again. Breathe in deeply through your nose with power and ease. Open up your mouth and allow the breath to escape as you exhale with authority and dominion. And we're going to do that one more time, family. Inhale through your nose with power and ease. Expand those lungs. Open up your mouth and allow the breath to escape as you breathe out with authority and dominion all the way to the end. Now slowly open your eyes. We breathe with power and ease. We exhale with authority and dominion. That means that what no longer serves us, we have permission to release it because of the authority that God has given us. So the breath is what we use as a tool to set us free, because God says that he is the breath of life. So during these frivolous times, it is time for us to breathe and allow God to be who he is, by allowing the breath to guide us back to that place of peace. So we would no longer be silent. We would no longer be tormented in our minds, but we'll realize that our breath will bring us back right here, right now, and I am present. And that's how we start, and that's how we release, and that's how we take back our authority and our dominion, by taking a deep breath.
Whew.
You said something. You said breathe all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Speak on that.
Because what happens is, as we're releasing, we get fearful. We stop in the middle, and our breakthrough is on the other side of that moment where we stop. So we allow the breath to go all the way so we can reach towards that place of calmness and peace. Peace is part of our birthright. So we don't have to forfeit that because of the situation and the circumstances that we are presented with, even with the grief, even with the things that we may have experienced, even with the loss. On the other side of that, because peace is our birthright, God says, I am peace. Therefore, we are peace. Therefore, I can call peace to me. So oftentimes in the middle, we stop. But if we allow that breath to guide us all the way to the end, he meets us right there.
Help me really quickly. Dr. S., because there's somebody out there, they're like, I don't understand how this breathing is helping me, because I don't have anxiety issues.
Yeah.
But this is for more than people with just anxiety.
Yes, absolutely.
Help us. Who is this for?
This is for anyone that wakes up every morning and needs grace and mercy, which is in the form of our breath. And a lot of times we breathe from a very superficial place. That means we don't allow ourselves to get into the depths of who we are. So when we breathe superficially, that means that we're not expanding our lungs. There's healing there. And we also understand the more we expand our lungs from a physical standpoint, it allows our red blood cells to be oxygenated. So therefore, giving our organs and our systems the ability to thrive and operate the way that they should. But on a spiritual standpoint, the enemy comes to snatch away our breath, to make us silent and to feel that we are stagnant because of our situation. But the more we can breathe, it's like we are taking a walk forward, and we are trusting God with every breath that we take. So it works twofold. From a spiritual standpoint and also from a physical standpoint, we must keep breathing to live.
We must what?
We must keep breathing to live.
One more time.
We must keep breathing to live. Physically and spiritually.
Yeah.
How some of us are dying spiritually because we don't know how to breathe. Therefore, that's where trust come in at. That's why we're anchoring our hope in God comes in at. God, I trust you with my next breath. It's moment by moment. Moments by moment. He says that I am an all-present God. So can you believe that he'll meet you at the end of that breath? Moment by moment. So we need the breath to live. Keep breathing.
Dr. S, it's so good. Y'all, are you all enjoying what you're hearing today from Dr. S? Listen, I told you she is literally on fire today, and I'm so happy we have her in person. Listen, we're going to pause really quickly for a quick commercial break, hear what we have going on here at Hope TV, and we'll be right back.
How do we know when we're listening to someone who's an idiot juxtaposed to someone who has actually done the stuff they're teaching?
You definitely have a lot of people out there who are talking and talking and talking, so you can double check their work. If you're seeing that they are saying like the sky is blue, but all these other things are saying the sky is red, all right, you might need to start to follow somebody else most likely. So you can Google what is a stock, what is a REIT, what are some good stocks to invest in, what's an index fund, so on and so on. I always think that's the best place to start.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
I work in the #1 cable news network in the #1 market in the nation, and I'm the only full-time African-American woman in my newsroom. Being inspired is really saying that at the end of the day, no matter what's happening in my world or around me, it's bigger than me.
SoundMind family, we are back. Thank you for hanging out with us for that break. Dr. S, you just messed us up.
We told y'all.
And this is what I don't think people understand what you're talking about. And you have a whole 6 a.m. session you do daily about this, and I'm gonna let you talk about that. But you said we take for granted our breaths. Listen. And so, you know, COVID's been here. We've been watching people die. And one of the symptoms afterwards is lung issues, like not being able to breathe. And people have been on ventilators and stuff.
That's right.
Can you talk to us about being in life's ventilator?
Listen, let me tell you something. I have had the opportunity as a doula to actually witness and to actually catch a baby and witness the baby to take his first breath. But I also have witnessed someone take their last breath. And I asked God, how is it that I'm able to experience both of those in a two-week span? He says it's in the gray space in between the breathing for the first time and then the last breath. And then it's about how you're going to live in between this gray space and understanding that we all have a number of accounted breaths as well as heartbeats. And so when we begin to understand that we cannot even move without breathing, and so how we begin to understand the power of the breath, I challenge you right now to see how long you can hold your breath before falling out. We can't. Because we were created, the breath that God blows in our nostrils every day is to give us life so we can walk this thing out. So allowing him to breathe in us, a supernatural way of ventilating is allowing his breath to fill us. I call it the ruach, the very breath that was able to bring dry bones back to life. It's the very breath that we breathe that allows healing to be ignited and allow things, our lungs to be expanded so that we can move forward. So the breath and the ventilator of it all allows us to own who we are, but also recognize the source of where it's coming from.
You said earlier that we breathe superficially.
Yes.
So what is that then? Because that means we just, moving around? Just what does that mean, that we're breathing superficially?
That means that usually we just breathe from our chest. That means that we just doing just enough. Think about that. Some of us are doing just enough.
Wait, hold on.
To get
I
by.
can breathe from two separate.
Oh, my.
Well,
As we
educate
breathe
us,
in,
Dr. S. Educate us.
Listen, As you breathe in, what should happen is your diaphragm begins to go up and down, elevating and allowing you to take in even more. But what I do is a belly breath. As you breathe in, your belly should expand out, giving you more room. And then as you breathe out, your belly goes down. What that is showing is the reciprocity of you needing the in and the out. You need the tribulations and the trials.
Watch your
that's
voice.
going to
Watch your voice, Dr. S.
that's going to allow you to appreciate the times when you see they all work out, the in and the out.
Teresa, you okay over there? Do I need to call the people to come get you? Because
we got to go deeper.
We got to go deeper. But you know, Dr. S, here's what I've learned. I've learned in life, I've found myself in places where I was short of breath.
Yeah.
And it's when I don't feel confident in who I am.
Absolutely.
And it's a journey I'm on right now. I will just share a little bit, some sound mind. This is what I'm talking about. My therapist had to open my eyes to see I didn't have self-worth. And this is how she showed me. She said, when was the last time you bought a piece of clothing for yourself? Because I was talking about how I didn't like my wardrobe, how I didn't feel confident. She says, when was the last time you bought something for it? I found out that my entire closet were extra larges and I wear medium large. Wow. Now that's not a major thing maybe for someone else. Yeah. But what I realized was I had an investment in everybody else but myself. And I was superficially breathing. So I was living off what I had, but I wasn't living. And when you just said it takes breath to live, like to literally, you can't go without breathing to live and to function. Right. But we do the superficial breathing.
Absolutely.
You don't realize how important a breath is until you're about to lose it.
Listen, or when you can't breathe it, when you can't breathe. And think about, our brain needs the most oxygen. Yes. But then a lot of times we try to look at those that are suffering from anxiety, depression. Could it be that their brain isn't receiving enough oxygen, which comes from the power of the breath?
That's good.
Let me tell you, I'm sitting here thinking about so many different things right now. Woo! Because, okay, we being honest.
Right.
A CPAP machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which a lot of people need to sleep. But the whole idea of a CPAP machine is to get oxygen into your body, to get because you're not oxygenated, which means that breath is not coming into your system.
Absolutely.
And your body is not getting the oxygen that it needs, so it opens up and does the things that it needs to do. And so all your organs and everything are not working properly.
Absolutely.
Because it's not getting the oxygen, the breath that it needs. So nothing works.
Yeah.
When the oxygen is not getting in your system.
Absolutely.
Nothing works.
Nothing works.
Nothing works when you're not breathing.
Yeah.
So
nothing is working.
So what does breathing look like, Dr. S, in my day-to-day life? What does the breath of air look like? And I know we're talking about the literal breathing, but what is that figurative breathing for us?
Listen, I tell my trailblazers all the time.
Who?
My trailblazers.
Who are your trailblazers?
Generation of curse breakers and legacy builders that I meet with every morning, 6 a.m. to
Plug.
6:30. Plug. But however, this is what I do. And the reason why, as a breathwork facilitator, when we don't breathe, let me tell you, we need oxygen, which we get from the trees and we get from the atmosphere. And we have to exhale that CO2 because it no longer serves us. So when we are not allowing reciprocity to take place, we are literally allowing toxins in our body to fester there. And how many of us know that we can't get well when we're full of toxins? And the way that our body is designed is for us to receive what we need and for us to release what we no longer need. So as we inhaling and we're taking those holy pauses to make sure that we're consciously focusing on the breath. And then God said that he was the breath of life. So where is your focus? Are you so distracted that you can't take a moment to recognize the power that's already within you? But yet, when we breathe in what we need and we allow God to give us what we need, we can then breathe out with authority and dominion, saying, I no longer need that. I no longer need the fear. I no longer need the unworthiness. I no longer need the insecurities, because I am receiving what God is giving me by simply taking a breath and recognizing that through my breath, I am giving God the opportunity to show up in my life if I just take a moment to realize the power that's already inside of me.
You said we got to get rid of toxins. So are you saying that we're holding on to toxins in our life?
That no longer serve us.
That no longer
serve us. The toxic
serve us.
thinking, the negative mindsets, the understanding, the unworthiness. When my Father says that we are part of the royal priesthood, the holy nation, that I am chosen, who told you that you was anything other than that? That's the stuff that we must relieve, that's stagnating our breathing.
Jesus.
It's stagnated. It's really, and let me use this example really quick. You know how you have a water hose, and when you put a kink in it, that water can't flow. And when you are not allowing God to receive what God is giving you, you're literally stagnating the next level of your elevation. And it starts with even simply understanding the power of your breath. Can we breathe and allow God to be God in our lives?
Yeah.
Can we go deeper than the generational things that holds us in bondage? Can we go deeper to realize that we are generational curse breakers and legacy builders, but we'll never get there if we don't breathe?
Dr. S, hold on just for a second, Dr. S. Family, I need you to share this with somebody right now. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I need you to share it. When we come back, we're going to wrap up with Dr. S. I don't need you to leave. Call your friends. Tell them to catch this now. Tag them. We'll see you in just a second.
I want you to talk to us about what your experience is like as a millennial in the entertainment industry.
I would honestly say that my gender probably played more of a factor than my age did. She's a female, so she probably don't really know, or she probably can't really, and so then they will just write me off. But we got that together.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back, everybody. Teresa, what you got to say to Dr. Ed? Help us.
I want to ask. I heard you say earlier that you have your trailblazers.
Yes.
And you talked about starting your mornings with your breathing exercises. Help us, because you said something about starting your day off will set the day off. So tell me, help our audience understand what happens.
And tell us what you do at 6 a.m.
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. How you start your day really is going to really set the stage. And so do we want to set our day with peace or frustration? Are we too busy for God, the very one that says that he knows the plans that he has for your life? And so do you not want to incline your ear to be able to hear what he has to say? So how you starting your day is not the breakfast, It is what we are listening to in the place of stillness that's going to allow us to get into alignment. Hear me. The word is alignment. Some of us are so troubled throughout the day because we didn't start our day in alignment. And so with Trailblazers, we get it's 7 days a week I go live. Most people say, girl, don't you want to sleep in? No, I can't. I can't afford to. I got too much on the line. I got my children and my children's children, and there's things that God is, can't we really afford to keep sleeping, family? So I get up at 6 o'clock every morning, and I lead these trailblazers, these leaders, through breath work and meditation, because we understand the power of making sure that God is a priority. We want to talk about our mental health. Let's make God first. When we want to talk about our mental health, let's make him a priority. And so how are we really doing that? Or is the jobs and everything else more important? So that's what I do every morning. I guide them through breath work, the power of stillness and breathing. And then we meditate on the word of God, not from exciting from an excited place, but more of a stillness place, so that we can make sure that we're applying the word of God to our life. This is what we must do in the kingdom. The kingdom. Darkness waits. The world and their tactic waits. But if we're not putting the full armor of God on, what is the full armor? That means you're equipping your mind too.
That's good, Dr. S. That's good. I love that you put emphasis on how we start our days.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you, it's all coming together. So we superficially breathe.
Yeah.
We don't take real notice and care of every breath we have.
Yeah.
But then even how we start our days, I'll be honest with you, I don't like alarm clocks. So I'm grateful I wake up early in the morning. I'm not a person that sleeps in. But Dr. D. Monique, who's been on the show of Sound Mind as well, she said, if you don't take command of those first few moments, you are more likely to have a worse day emotionally. Because you haven't taken care of that. And I think what's helpful for us to see, when we wake up in the morning, we don't even open our eyes. We go to feeling, and we can find that cell phone.
Come on.
And on that cell phone, there's CNN updates, there's Instagram notifications, there's text messages and calls. And what we don't realize, I think, is we jump into busyness.
Yes.
And jumping into busyness has not been healthy for our in COVID.
And it's a tactic of the enemy.
Wait, hold on. Now,
busyness keeps you so distracted. It is a tactic to say we got to be so busy that we forget to yield and pause. What is more important? Busyness is a distraction. It's a tactic of the enemy.
Busyness is a distraction and a tactic. Let me say this, you watching out there, I need you to hear this really quickly. I need you to modify your schedule next week. The first hour of your day,
I'll give them 5. I say even 5 to 7 minutes.
What?
It only takes 5.
5 minutes can set the tone for my day, Dr. S.
5 to 7 minutes. And if you want to go 30 minutes, we meet from 6 to 6:30, 30 minutes. Come on.
I don't have to sit and play music and be all deep for 2 hours to have a great day?
Who said that? The word already has power. When you ignite the word in you, it automatically bring you forward. So who said that? And from a holistic practitioner.
Credentials.
That knows the body.
Come on,
5 to 7 minutes.
5 to 7 minutes.
Take a pause.
Now, you said alignment. Teresa, I'm sorry. Is this okay if I just keep going? Okay.
I told you this is what Dr. S does to me.
She does this to you every time. You said alignment, and a lot of people may not know this, but she is trained professionally as a chiropractor. So when you said alignment, I heard the body, and I know we've been talking about breathing. So I really need you to quickly, because our time is running out, I need you to walk me through how the body is aligned and the importance of recalibrating that alignment and how that ties in with the breathing.
Your body hears everything that you're thinking. Therefore, as a man thinketh, so is he. Is that scripture? So when we are out of alignment, it's the mind, body, and spirit. you have to make sure that you are rooted. And so here it is. We are physically together, but we are mentally out of alignment. So are you really healthy? So when we talk about wellness, you can't do one without the other.
I'm stuck, Dr. S. I'm stuck on your first line. I'm sorry. I'm just stuck. You said your body hears everything your mind is thinking?
So what are you thinking? And your body responds accordingly. So we want to talk about wellness, right? Yeah. So what are you thinking?
So
we can think dis-ease in our body.
A sound mind.
Sound mind?
Well, my great-grandmother used to tell me, like not just tell me, but you can think yourself into sickness.
Think it and cause dis-ease. Oh, I'm hurting. Well, you've already said that. You already diagnosed yourself.
Well, because I knew I had COVID about 6 times because I thought I came in contact with somebody. And so I started, feeling stuff, go get tested and be like, whew, I don't have it, y'all. And finding I haven't had it, thanks be unto God. But it's how your mind processes. And what you've messed me up with, this is really how you've messed me up. Because now I realize that I have been doing my body a disjustice, an injustice by what I've been thinking.
Absolutely.
Because I'm tense.
Yeah.
I deal with panic attacks. I deal with depression.
Listen.
And a lot of it
is doing your body a disservice.
Body disservice.
Oh, my. You see what I'm saying? Why they have to. Fear and all of those things, it does a toll on your body. I always say stress is a silent killer.
Absolutely.
Because we internalize it and we think stress, we're fearful, all of these things, and our body is responding accordingly.
Dr. S, you told us we need to breathe again today. Our time is just up, and I hate when we get like this because it's been so good.
Can we end this by breathing?
Before we breathe, we're going to breathe. I want to end by breathing.
Yes.
But Dr. S, really quickly, can you leave some parting words with our viewers today and then tell them how they can get in contact with you?
Absolutely. Listen, it is your birthright for you to walk in your divineness. It is your birthright for you to have a sound mind. It is your birthright to understand that you are part of the royal priesthood, the holy nation, and therefore we can inhale with power and ease, and we can exhale with authority and dominion. Walking your kingdom identity, inhale what you need and release those things that no longer serve you. On Instagram, you can find me at Dr. S Speaks. Is Dr.S_speak. You can find me at drspeaks.com, and you can even reach out to me at drspeaks@gmail.com. I look forward to connecting with you so that I may teach you how to breathe again.
Can you walk us through one more breathing tutorial, Dr.
So
S?
we're going to do this 3 times very quickly. If you can sit up. Listen, if you can put your feet flat on the floor, even if your hands can be in a place of expectation. Palms facing the heavens. Slightly close your eyes. We're going to breathe in for 3, hold for 3, release for 3. Let's do it. Inhale for 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Release. 1, 2, and 3. Again, make sure that breath is going all the way to the end. Inhale with power and ease. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. A big release. 1, 2, 3. Hold that breath all the way to the end. This is our last cycle. Give it all you got. In for 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Open your mouth and exhale for 3. 1, 2, and 3. Slowly open your eyes. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Keep breathing.
Dr. S, thank you so much for being here with
Always
us today.
Always a pleasure.
For helping us to just breathe again.
Yes.
Sound Mind family, I hope you've enjoyed Dr. S today. We will see you back next week at the same time. I have no words. I have no words. The parting wisdom I'm going to leave with you is what she said. Your body hears everything your mind thinks. So take 5 minutes tomorrow morning.
Yes.
It'll change your day.
Absolutely.
And if you do it for a week, it'll change your week. Yeah. If you make it a part of your life, it'll change your life. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep a sound mind.